People these days need to go outside and touch grass. And it's not only about social media, although that is a big part of it. People today basically create entire lives that they live online. You hear the term chronically online a lot, where these people just build these lives that they live in the digital world and have no idea how to interact with regular people in their communities. And I've noticed this a lot for myself is when I go out and I actually interact with real people in our society, it's way different than what you would be led to believe by some of these people on social media and online who peddle these ideas about what people are like. This happened to me pretty recently when I went out on a date for the first time in a while. I had sort of unknowingly been listening to a lot of these, I guess you would call them red pill type people online who sort of peddle these ideas that women are only obsessed with status and only want guys who are, 6'4" and make $300,000 a year and have all of these absolutely ridiculous expectations. I found that in the real world is oftentimes not the case. So, anyways, I went on this date with this girl. So, we met on Hinge and had just been talking for like a week prior to me asking her out. But we go out, and in the back of my mind, I'm kind of thinking that, oh, I have to be perfect because, I'm not super tall, I'm not that rich. In my mind, I'm thinking the only way that this girl will give me a second date or that this girl will like me is if I'm perfect in every other way, because that's what I've been told by all of these people online. But anyways, we go out and we meet at the restaurant and I didn't know how to greet her and I still kind of don't when you're on a first date. I don't know if you're supposed to like shake their hand or hug them. Like it's an awkward moment, but I kind of went for like the side hug, which was extremely awkward. Like it was clear that I had no clue what I was doing, but she was very nice about it. And so, kind of in my mind, I'm already thinking, dang it, I already screwed up. This is like totally over. But, whatever. We move on. We go to the restaurant. We sit down, order an appetizer, get some drinks, and we just start talking. And I just remember thinking, like, wow, this girl is nothing like the way that women are portrayed online. If you listen to people like Clavicular or Andrew Tate or any of these other like red pill manosphere guys, this woman is a totally normal person who is actually pleasant to be around and pleasant to talk to. Now, that relationship didn't end up working out, but that's besides the point. The point that I'm trying to make is that if you listen to all these people online and you just live online in these social media environments, your picture of what people in society are actually like and how people behave is totally distorted. It's completely wrong if you go out and see what people are like. You will be shocked by how nice people are and how respectful people are and how much most people want to help others who are in need. And I think the thing that's really damaging about some of these online spaces and something that a lot of people don't recognize is that your mindset and the way you think about yourself and other people really has a direct impact on the experiences that you have. I was listening to a story the other day on YouTube. It was about some women who were a part of a study. And this study was that, these researchers were going to give these women scars with makeup artists. So they were going to give them disfigured faces, basically. And then they were going to send them into job interviews and have them report back how they were treated to see if they were treated poorly for having these scars. But when they sent the makeup artist in to give them those scars, the makeup artist pretended to put them on, but never actually did anything. So these women were not disfigured. They did not have scars. However, when they sent them into the interview and then asked them about their experiences, these women said that they were treated horribly. They said that the interviewers were mean to them, made fun of their looks, and were basically rude to them. And so the point of this is that you are most likely going to hear what you are listening for. So if you live online and you tend to believe that everyone is disgusting, that everyone is angry at you, that everyone's disrespectful, that no women will like you because you're too short or because you're not making, $1 million a year, then you're probably going to find that in society, but not because that's actually how people are, but because that's your mindset. That's what you're looking for. It's confirmation bias. You are hearing the things that you want to hear or that you think you're going to hear. And it's true that some people are rude. It's true that some people aren't nice or have unrealistic expectations or are just ridiculous. But there are a lot of people who really aren't like that. The internet is really good at taking the most extreme version of people in society and pushing that out as if that's the norm. When a lot of times that really is just the very extreme of the spectrum in society. And they do that because that's what gets the most views. People like to see those extremes. Think about it. Are you more likely to watch a person who acts ridiculous, who acts crazy, who says things that are controversial or outrageous? Or are you more likely to watch a person who just seems like the average Joe, who just seems like a regular person who you would see out in your community? The internet is really good at pushing these very extreme versions of people. And this is actually having a problem in our lives and in the community because people, especially young people, see these very extreme people, begin to think that's the norm, and then they conform to that. So you have a lot of very young people who are learning how to act from these caricatures online, these absolutely ridiculous people with ridiculous standards who are modeling a behavior or a way of thinking that most people don't actually share, but is becoming more common precisely because they're pushing it as the common viewpoint. So, my view is that as a society, we just need to be more intentional about going outside and interacting with regular, everyday people. I think that this is a good thing from a health standpoint, getting off the screens, being outside, getting fresh air, and from a social standpoint, just being around normal people who don't act like these guys online. I'm really thinking of Clavicular here. Like, that's the guy who comes to mind immediately, just because the way he acts is so ridiculous. I mean, if you look at Clavicular in particular, I mean, what does he push? He pushes bone smashing, so hitting your face with a hammer in order to get better looking. He says that, anyone under 6 feet tall, you just shouldn't listen to them and that they have no chance at ever having a relationship. He just says all of these outrageous, controversial things that if you go out into society and you interact with people, you will find is not true. He's pushing this because it gets him views, because then people will want to go to his nightclub in Miami and pay $10,000 for a table there. It's making him rich. It's kind of smart on his part, but from a societal standpoint, it's really doing a lot of damage. And I'm trying to lead by example here. I'm not trying to just complain about society and the way people are acting. I just recently deleted all of my social media because I could tell that it was having an impact on me. It was making me more insecure. It was making me angrier with the world. And it was making me more pessimistic about how people in society are. And when I go outside and I actually interact with people, I find that I'm actually more hopeful for the world and I have more security in myself and in the direction that the world is headed. So, if you're really insecure about yourself or scared for the world, I would recommend just taking some time off of the internet, going outside, having, being in the fresh air. It's good for you. No matter what, it will be good for you. You will feel better. It will make you think more positively about everything. It's just something that we all need to be doing a lot more of these days. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to be making more videos like this, trying to make the world a better place, trying to spread more reasonable views than what you're seeing on some of these, extreme internet personalities, some of what they're saying. I've watched a lot of voiceover videos like this, and the views that they push are ridiculous. They're just absolutely extreme and so pessimistic. They're so negative about everything. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any ideas for videos that I should make or voiceovers that you'd want me to do or topics that you'd want me to speak about, let me know down in the comments. And until next time, take care, guys.